Welcome to Zama Pulse. I'm Specialist Corey McCooch, and you've been warned. Camp Zama, stand by for news. It takes a lot to impress a soldier who flies around a 10,000-pound killing machine as part of the regular workday. When you find out your next passenger is the Vice President of the United States, well, eyebrows are raised and heads start to turn. Charlie Mabe explains.
You are from the rest of us, but you are the best of us, heroes all. And your service in this place, in the cause of freedom, speaks louder than anything that I could say today.
When Vice President Mike Pence stopped by Japan to visit troops on his way to the 2018 Winter Olympics being held in neighboring South Korea, 2 U.S. Army Aviation Battalion Japan soldiers got the surprise of their lives. A little one-on-one time with the man himself.
Well, I got to say, it was probably one of the highlights of my career. We supported on Tuesday the 6th and also Thursday the 8th, I believe it was. And being able to fly the Vice President and change our call sign to Army 2 as the number 2 aircraft flying the Vice President around was a great feeling, very exciting.
I actually thought I was going to be the flying spare of the empty aircraft. He started saying how much he really appreciates everything we're doing, and he really appreciates all the things the military's doing, and he knows the president does as well. So I really wasn't expecting him to be so personable.
We talked about many things. We talked about his family, we talked about our mission here in Japan, and all the great things that we're doing here in USRJ.
His son is a pilot, or in training, I believe, is what he told us. So I didn't know that, which was kind of interesting because us being pilots as well. And I learned that he really, really genuinely loves the military. So
when we shut the aircraft down at Yokota, he actually came up to the cockpit door when we shut down, opened the door, kind of came inside the aircraft a little bit, and just wanted to thank us and shake his hand. And then he asked if we wanted to get out and talk and take pictures. And we did. We took some pictures there at Yokota Air Base with the Vice President. But then after that, we spent about 5 minutes just talking about life in general. And he seemed very interested in what we were doing here. And again, very personable person.
Reporting for U.S. Army Garrison Japan, I'm Charlie Mabe.
Meanwhile at Camp Zama, senior leaders took to the streets, sky, trails, and range as they experienced the Commanding General's 2018 Senior Leaders Team Building event. In the civilian world, team building events consist of people falling backwards into team members' arms so that they can feel safe. In the Army, they consist of running until you feel like your legs are going to fall off, and then firing 40 rounds into a target and then running some more to keep America actually safe. Take a look.
First started off with the PT session with all the United States Army Japan's senior leader here on Camp Zama. We started off where we conducted a 2.5-mile run around the golf course. There was stations in between where the group had to successfully complete those exercises before moving on, all while carrying a 45-pound water jug.
From there, it was off to Camp Fuji, where the team building continued.
As soon as we landed into the LZ, it officially started their land navigation, where they conducted land navigation throughout Camp Fuji, at which point they started their stress shoot. It involved a sled pull, air squats, and then straight into shooting 40 rounds at a target. Once that was concluded, we went up to the Seaburn range, where they conducted Seaburn training, and they got CS gassed.
I wouldn't recommend that. Yeah, I wouldn't recommend that.
Once completed, we went to Jigs Trail, did a 2.3 kilometer run, and in that run, it also had exercises in between. It was this nice slow run to build cohesion, and we ended it with that.
Eating God!
And that, my friends, is a full day. Now, if you're sitting back at the barracks thinking, thank goodness that wasn't me, don't count your chickens too fast, word has it that more soldiers serving at Camp Zama are going to get a crack at this day of reckoning soon enough. After all, pain is just weakness leaving the body. Can I get a hoa? And now it's time for this week's community calendar. So that's it for this week. Yeah, I know. Usually there's a third story, but it's the most romantic part of the year, Valentine's. We know you've got stuff to do, so go do it. What are you doing sitting around watching this? Go make sparks fly. I'm Specialist Corey McCucci, and go put some smiles and some faces, Camp Zama.